Hello, this is our pitch presentation. I'm Olivia, this is Danielle, and this is Anya.
Our brief was to create a opening sequence to a thriller film, incorporating all the creative filmmaking techniques we viewed at the BFI Film Academy.
To begin with, we created a mind map about the several different ideas we had towards our thriller movie opening sequence. We ended up with making a thriller movie called Perception with a main character called Viola and another character called Lisa.
So for the typical conventions of thriller, we did have to partake in primary research, and we found that shadows, tense music, and violence does create kind of like a thriller genre. So that's what we put into our opening sequence.
The brief of our film is basically, we have Viola, who's roughly 22 years old, and she grew up in a really sheltered life. She didn't have a lot of interaction with other people. She's socially awkward, and she experiences a few things which lead to her accidentally killing one of her friends, and she becomes tormented by her guilt, and she starts to lose her grip on reality, and that's why the film is called Perception.
So before we can think of any ideas, we did have to do some primary research again, and we went to the BFI, in which we got a lot of feedback. For one of the volunteers, they said not to add any dialogue within the first 5 minutes, which is what we did put into our opening sequence. And one other volunteer said he didn't like the idea of a teenager dying, so we changed that to a more older age range so it can view more of our target audience.
Our unique selling point is specifically the fact that there is minimal dialogue within our film. We use this because we feel the audience would be able to interpret the scene using their own knowledge and imagination.
Our target audience are males and females aged 16 to 25. This is because our film will be directed towards a younger audience. It is over the age of 16 because throughout the rest of the movie there will be some scenes of violence. The companies we have chosen is Blumhouse Productions and 20th Century Fox. This is because they work well together in producing some successful thrillers such as The Purge. As well as, yeah, that's it basically.
Our main character is Viola, and like I said before, she's very shy, she's weak, she's socially awkward and insecure, she's more of an introvert, which is why we thought she'd be the least likely option that the audience would think as a main character to be a violent serial killer or murderer, as the film later goes on to explain. And our secondary female main character is Lisa, Viola's best friend. She's the complete opposite of Viola, and their personalities contrast a lot. She's more of an extrovert, and she likes to party a lot more, and she's more outgoing and loud.
Obviously, as any other production would, we had to take out a risk assessment, and we took into consideration the wet bathroom floor, cars on the main road, damaged equipment, and walls getting stained. We did rate it, so it would, for example, the wet bathroom floor would be medium, or the cars on the main road would be high, but we did have to also take a location planning, which Danielle will talk about.
So for our location planning, we chose locations that are nearby and readily available. So we chose the school bathroom, the school office, and the road outside school because of their convenience as well.
For our scripts, we did try and associate a lot of thriller and building suspense. So, for example, at on one of the lines it says the shadow disappears when Lisa jumps beside Viola. This does build suspense, and we try to make it seem as though Viola was kind of stumbling on her words, so we did add a lot of repetition and whatnot.
For a storyboard, I've chose camera angles that will help us build suspense for our opening sequence. For example, panning to our main character Viola will build more suspense than just having a straight wide shot. We've included some close-ups and mid-shots to get Viola's emotion across to the audience. The camera shot angles and movements we've used has helped us to portray our characters and the plot of our movie effectively.
We created a production schedule due to our various lifestyles to help us find a time where we could all collectively create our project with a set timetable so we could get everything done perfectly and to the best of our abilities. We put the production team and their contact details, which includes ourselves, and a timetable of the day when we would be filming. I think that is the end.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, guys. Could you please just answer a few questions for me? The first being, what is your USP and how are you getting that across to your audience?
Well, our USP is the fact that there's minimal dialogue, and we use that to create mystery and as an enigmatic code to help the audience allow the audience to be intrigued by the film, and so they keep up with the film and they're curious about what happens next.
Thank you. Could you also tell me what you each did to contribute to your group's pre-production stage, please?
Well, we counted the amount of work we need to do, and we all used the skills we had with building the film and split it equally among us. For example, I did script, storyboard, mind map, production schedule.
I did the unique selling point, BFI feedback, and the target audience.
I did the character profiles, locations planning, risk assessment, and I think I also did the audience research into film titles.
This helped us to come together and finally make the opening sequence.
Okay, and my next question is that obviously you've presented today the research that you have done, and clearly the research you've done has impacted the decisions that you've made. But could you tell me a little bit more about why the characters that you've chosen, a little bit more about why you've chosen those particular looks and potentially the costumes that they have?
We did want to go for everyday looking characters, nothing too out of the ordinary. So through the BFI feedback, we did change the age of Viola. She was supposed to be a teenager, but we changed that into a more 25-year-old to 30, and I feel like that's helped us shape more of the opening sequence because now it's based in an office, not necessarily a school, and yeah.
And the costume?
We chose the costumes because we thought they fit better in a office scene, and casual clothing for outdoors, and for the bathroom scene where she's at a party and she's just killed her friend, we tried to make her look like she's been hanging out with friends and a little done up.
We've also kept the costume quite simple. Like Viola is mainly wearing a top, trousers and shoes because she is a shy character, so she won't wear bright coloured, very complex clothing. She's just a simple character that just made a mistake in our movie.
Okay, thank you. So my last question is this. Could you tell me what went well in this stage and what was the most difficult bits as well?
What went well is that we did work together as a group. Each idea we had, we came together and narrowed it down to the best idea we had. Our group work and teamwork was really good, and we involved everyone's idea, and everyone has done the same amount of work with the coursework. The most difficult part for us is choosing the right camera angles to portray both the characters and the plot. We didn't want to make it simple by just having mid-shot close-ups. We wanted a lot of camera movement, which helped us really build the suspense. Researching new camera movements like the dolly zoom helped us to really know the creative side of making the thriller movie.
Thank you so much.